What's going on? What's going on? It's that Thursday throwback with your man Rory T. was trying to bring you a little bit of different things that I have sort of looked at and tried to decipher based on some of the things that we used to always hear when we were growing up, just different statements. And so today, based on the title, like you see, we're going to talk about that statement that always said, the fruit does not fall far from the tree. And if you listen to my family video, you know that I sort of talked about the family tree, but let's talk about the fruit. They say that doesn't fall far from the tree. And most times when we hear that, a lot of people are always trying to connect it to something negative. They always say, if whoever is involved in the incident, they always say he's just like his father, or we knew that was going to happen because of his family history, and that the fruit always does not fall far from the tree. But in reality, the statement was truly set up for people to say and to, what's going on, Mike Kennedy? What's going on, man? How you doing? Glad you could join and listen. But it was really set up for people to acknowledge the fact that the family unit had did really well with raising their children, and that they were celebrating the accomplishments of the child based on the rearing of the community and the family. And so when we talk about the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, we have to understand that what we've lost due to this social media world is we've lost the identity of family, and we have now become all confined in our own little personal silos. And so we're all doing our own thing. We're really not reaching out to one another. The fruit that doesn't fall far from the tree is also all of the things that you have been involved in, all of the programs that you have developed, the outcomes. What are you doing to change the lives of young people that you're working with? What are you doing to change the lives of the community and the mass members that you are affiliated with? Or are you just in your social media silo and you're producing content and you're producing some audio and visual examples of what you're doing, but they're only within a small circle of your own community, and it's not for the larger masses? Because you got to understand that you're only as good as who you affect. And so I would not be remiss to sit back and say, well, what are you doing? Well, I mean, it's obvious that some people want to brag about what they're doing, but all I tell people to do is Google me. I've been over for the last 40 years, have changed and developed so many amazing programs across the globe, not just in the area for which I'm located in. But one of the things that we have to realize is that what we've done is sometimes the fallen fruit that we leave on the ground to rotten is also what is providing the toxins in the root of the tree. Instead of us looking at picking up the fruit that has still been on the tree and is ready for picking, we sometimes allow that fruit to just sit there also and then become rotten fruit. And so what we have to do is we have to really go back to the concept and understand what that really truly means in when we talk about the fruit that hasn't fallen far from the tree. It's really about celebrating the accomplishments of those who are rearing individuals, those who are developing programs, those who are working in the community, those who are elected in positions to serve the masses. Is that you are the tree for which the fruit will fall from. And so as long as the tree is in your circumference of your existence, it's your responsibility to make sure that that fruit is bearing its purpose. Now, we can talk about fruit that is on a tree. We can talk about individuals. We can talk about your children. We can talk about your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, and all of the other friends and family members who are affected by the fruit that falls from your tree. You are responsible for what comes out your mouth. You are responsible for what you say you're committed to doing. And then you're responsible for the outcomes of what you say you've done. And so, for us to understand that process, we must understand that the cycle of the fruit will continue to grow as long as the tree has been nurtured and taken care of and watered and cared for. Because the one thing that will happen is the root will continue to grow down as the tree begins and continues to grow up. And so you must understand that the fruit will continue to grow as long as the tree is being nurtured in the right way. And so when we talk about the celebration of the fruit does not fall far from the tree, please in the future don't attach it to saying something negative, because in life we all have ups and we all have downs. And we will all, if we continue to be human, will make mistakes. And it's not that you celebrate the mistakes, but you encourage the persons to learn from their mistakes. So that when we talk about the fruit does not fall far from the tree, we are talking about the greatness, the accomplishments, the valor, all of the things that build us into becoming an amazing community, and to remove us out of the thinking of silos and move us into the greater thinking of the masses. All right. That's our Throwback Thursday for today. This is your man, Rory T. Edwards. You definitely, if you have some suggestions on what you would like to hear me talk about, one of those old sayings, and bring it forward with some type of connection to today's today's engagement and interaction, conversations, anything of that nature, please send me an email at rorytedwards1@gmail.com. Once again, that's rorytedwards1@gmail.com. Or you can hit me up on my website, which is www.rorytedwards.com. That's rorytedwards.com. Definitely looking forward to connecting with you. Definitely looking forward to continuing this process, and hope that what I bring to you is of value. And please share if it is of value. Please share, because the only way we're going to ever realize that the fruit does not fall far from the tree is to make sure that if we do see fallen fruit, that we pick it up and make sure it's useful in the content for which it can be used. Alrighty, excuse me very much. You all have a great Thursday, and have a great weekend going forward. We'll definitely be in touch. All right, be blessed.